Good evening, everybody. We're going to start our official presentation, but certainly keep eating and drinking and enjoying. We're just going to take a brief break from the band as we do some of the official ribbon cutting events and just thanking all the people who have made this possible. I'm Councilwoman Jennifer Van Vrancken. I represent the Metairie area and have been delighted. It sounds like I'm in a hurricane right now, but I'm delighted, of course, that Bucktown is part of the district that I represent. I'm born and raised just a little up the levee here. My mom and dad are still there, so this is a really special place for me, and I'm delighted to be able to see everybody out enjoying it this evening. We always like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance on anything that we're doing. We are only able to be out here and be enjoying this freedom and the life that we have because we're in the U.S. And so I want to start with the pledge. And Chief 1, Officer 3, Chad Lawler of the U.S. Coast Guard is joining us, and he has been a help from the very start on this project. So if you do us the honors of leading us in the pledge.
If you'd all join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
With this wind, you'll know our motivation ultimately is to have a space where we can maybe roll down the doors and block the wind a little bit. So that's one of the other things we're planning. I also want to thank, and we have lots of folks to thank, but I see Stephanie Hilferty and her family here. Representative Hilferty, again, has been on the boots on the ground with us on this project. I remember a scorching day when we were watching the blessing of the fleet out here. So actually we're really I guess enjoying a pleasant evening with the breeze in comparison to that day. But thank you, Representative Hilferty, for being here and always being supportive. This space where we are, Jefferson Parish has been leasing from the state of Louisiana since 1999. So even though a lot of people still every day will say, I didn't even know this was here. We have had the opportunity to have this space, to have it as part of Jefferson Parish and a place that we enjoy. We plan to continue adding amenities to this space. Everything that we intend to do will be recreational and will be educational at this site. And so we're just at the beginning of that. We have some drawings over here behind you, some renderings of some of the things that are to come. Last year, or 2019, we started a project to construct the boardwalk that you see. It is officially the Bucktown Harbor Wetland Birdwalk, because you will see the wetlands and the birds in this space all around in that center of the boardwalk. This was completed last year, right as COVID was kicking up. So unfortunately, that is why we didn't get to do this event last year, and we did not get to officially cut the ribbon on the boardwalk. So we really appreciate you being here a year later, now that we're all free to unmask and be out in the open enjoying something and seeing each other's faces again. The boardwalk is about $1.5 million. Anything we do outside of the levee system has to be able to withstand a good amount of wind and waves, and so it is a strong one. I think the pilings are what, 60 feet long, you know, so again we had to build it to withstand the elements out here. Stantec was the engineering firm that helped us on that project. And did a fantastic job. Gills Crane was the contractor. We originally broke ground, as I said, in 2019, and then we finished May 18th of 2020, which was a year ago. So we were really glad to have that 1,000 feet of linear boardwalk here to enjoy and for us to officially cut the ribbon on. We have lots of people who help make this possible. If you walk along that boardwalk, you're going to see educational signage, because again, everything we're doing out here is meant to connect us to nature and to teach us something. And so the Pontchartrain Basin Foundation or Pontchartrain Conservancy. They were Lake Pontchartrain Basin Foundation. They are responsible for all of the information on those signs that you see, all of the educational components to the boardwalk, and they're going to be helping us as we build out this space with that education about our lake, about our environment, about the birds that you see, the plant life that you see. They're the experts, and so we're really delighted to have them be partners in this effort. Christy Trail, who I know is in the crowd. Come on up. There she is, in her boots. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Of course. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll keep it brief because this wind definitely makes it hard to hear. As Jennifer mentioned, my name is Christy Trail. I'm the Executive Director of Pontchartrain Conservancy. We're really excited to be at this event tonight and have you all out here. Our organization has been around for a little over 30 years, and we are all about research, advocacy, and education. And as the Councilwoman mentioned, the signs that you see on the boardwalk are all about the education of the great things that are happening all around the basin, the marine life that's out there, the plants that you see, and the birds that are now thriving in our lake. So we're excited to have you all out here, and I hope y'all get a chance to take a walk on the boardwalk tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking at Christy in her rain boots. I was out here in mine earlier today, and I had this cute little flowy dress, and I thought that will be trouble in this wind. So went and put on some jeans. We have, with any good effort, you've got to have a good core group of people that are just committed to moving it forward. I see lots of you in the audience who have been working with us for several years now, actually, just to get to this point, to do a vision plan of this site, to do a master plan of this site, to vet each time. We were talking about different elements, and so we now have officially incorporated the Bucktown Harbor Park and Marina Foundation. That is the official group of folks that will help us move this space forward. Woody Cruz is here with us this evening, and we've asked Woody if he would say a few words because he is the president of that newly formed group. Woody was actually responsible years ago for helping those two piers, both of the recreational and the fishing fleet. You helped bring those to life, so you've been out here from day one. So Woody, thank you. The wind's gonna blow us away.
It's louder than me. I'm gonna try to do this without the mic. I started with Jetco as its chairman in the year 2000 and got creamed by the residents of Jefferson Parish when one of the projects was to put up 4 20-story apartment buildings on this site. I'm so glad that didn't happen. What the councilwoman didn't mention was that the new corporation just set up is nonprofit. So we will be seeking with Jefferson and with the state of Louisiana and whatever else good assets we can get our hands on to get grants and bring in some really great stuff. Those are worth looking at because of the product of many, many months, if not years, of planning to make this little piece of ground a showplace and to serve the great joy of these young ones right here. I want my grandchildren to enjoy it, and I want my grandchildren's grandchildren to enjoy it. Thanks to the councilwoman, we got a great team. We're going to do good things, but we need your support. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Woody. Woody to me is, I've never told him this, but he's like the female version of Lindy Boggs. You know how Lindy was always so soft-spoken, but she got everything she needed to done? I'm a little bit more Sicilian than that, sometimes more fiery, but Woody is always even-keeled. And so we are delighted that he's heading that nonprofit that will continue to bring this space to life. When we said we were working on this boardwalk and that there were all these other elements that we were hoping to bring to life, one of them is a community garden, among many other things. But Jefferson Beautification, Inc. immediately said, we're in. We're on board. We want to work on the community garden and anything else you need. That's how this event came to life. They said, let us celebrate the opening of the boardwalk. So I'm forever grateful to JBI, Sharon Hanahan, Arleta Terrell, all of the group that makes it happen. If you'll come up, because again, this event was planned last year, and now we're finally getting to enjoy it.
I first of all want to thank Councilwoman Jennifer Van Vrancken. She has such a vision for the district, for the parish, and she gets things done. I mean, she was instrumental once again, in getting this done. And, met with us and said, hey, I know you guys like to put on events. And would you like to be involved? And we said, absolutely. So we have loved working with her and the parish on the event. We do plan to make it an annual event. And we will be raising money for the community garden. I had all these beautiful renditions to show you, but they were small and we didn't want them going into the marsh. So we'll at some point post it on our website, and we'll, and of course bring it to the next event. So stay tuned, there will be another event. And thank you for coming. I want to also introduce Arleta Terrell. She is our incoming, I'm the outgoing president, she's the incoming president. And Arleta did a great job of putting the event together, and I know she wants to recognize sponsors and thank her committee. So.
Thank you, Sharon. And once again, thank all of you for coming. I'll just take a minute. I'd like to thank our sponsors, because without their support, we wouldn't have this event this evening. And as Sharon said, we want to make this an annual event, and it's going to only get better. So y'all keep in touch with us, and we'll keep you informed. Our Pelican sponsors for this event is Public Service Commissioner Eric Scametta, Metairie Bank, and MC Bank. Our other sponsors include First Lake, Amanda Swift, Nora Vaden Homes Insurance, State Farm, Parish President Cynthia Lee Shane, and Joy Shane, Jennifer Lanassa Evans, and Sharon Hanahan. I want to personally thank all of them for their support. And last but not least, if you see the ladies around working, they're the committee that worked with me to put this on. I just ask y'all to help me give them a round of applause, because we've been through a lot to transition to try to deal with this wind and to try to have this event. As was said earlier, it was originally scheduled last fall in October. The hurricane stopped that. Some of you may have bought tickets then. And so now, we have today's event. So again, I want to thank all of you, and especially thank the committee for all of the maneuvering, and your staff have been wonderful. The recreation department has been wonderful. Thank y'all. And again, we'll see y'all next year. Thanks.
Again, I know there's always a risk anytime you mention people, you're going to forget people, so I apologize in advance. I know there are so many faces I see in the crowd who are supportive, from Representative Hilferty, who I mentioned earlier, Senator Cameron Henry, Rep. Polly Thomas, although this is not her district, she's been super supportive of this site and what we're doing. Paul Johnson, who used to be a colleague of mine on the council, he was supportive and gave us some money toward the boardwalk. John Catalanato, who's out here tonight, was formerly with Stantec. Dan Grandel, Dennis Passman, Nina Raines, all with Stantec. The boardwalk wouldn't be as strong and able to withstand those storms without their, knowledge and expertise. Gil's Crane, Allison Ryan, and Brett, we really appreciate, and Stephen Manning of Manning Lumber and Marine. Joey Furr is the landscape architect on this project, so we're so appreciative for his vision. He continues to be endlessly creative, and so those renderings you see are in large part his work. Our recreation department, Mario Bazile and Leo Webb. I haven't seen Leo this evening, but Leo is Superman in our minds. He is wonderful, and so Leo, thank you wherever you are. JP Department of Coastal Management, Michelle Gonzalez and Misty Camerdale have been so helpful. Marnie Winter is our former director of JP Environmental Affairs, and I spoke to her today. She helped us get the original seed money, the grant money that let us design the boardwalk. So I'm very appreciative to Marnie. Our traffic engineering for our street signs, which we're going to unveil in just a second. And then our general services, Neil and crew. Y'all are always out here, always fabulous. A few folks I can't forget, Jeff Simno, who if you've worked with my office, you've worked with Jeff. Lauren Averill, who has been our go-to coastal cheerleader and engineer. So we're so thankful, Lauren, for you pushing forward all of that we have here. Jonathan Hurd and Mindy Joyner, I know you're in the crowd somewhere. They're helping us design the boardwalk. So just a quick, and Andrew Woodruff is working on our kayak launch. So just a few quick things that I hope you'll see out here, maybe even beginning next year. So all of the concrete that you see out there that kind of looks like a rubble mess, that's intentional, because as we do projects in Jefferson and we are taking concrete off of our streets, we're actually stockpiling it here so that we can give it a new life. We are planning a living shoreline that will be these curvilinear breakwaters between here at Bucktown and Bonneville. And it will give you a little buffer from the wave action of the lake in winds like this, so that you can put your kayak and canoe in at the kayak launch that will be just north of that structure that's the end of the boardwalk. That's where the kayak and canoe launch will be. All of our hand-powered craft will be able to safely get into the lake and enjoy Lake Pontchartrain, because there's not an easy way to get into the lake right here. So that's part of our future vision here, a children's play area. I'm gonna need Teddy out there as the cheerleader for the children's play area because he's doing such a good job. And again, just continuing to enhance this space. There's so much more to come. People have asked about the stage area we have planned. That would be over in that section. So this is meant to be a vibrant recreational outdoor area. It's a community front porch, you know, but we're the community that has to work to make it happen and then to enjoy. And I see my husband, Stephen Dwyer, who's walked out here countless times to put barricades in front of the boardwalk when there's, you know, terrible weather. I mean, whatever. He has always been out here supporting, helping to bring this to life. So thanks, Steve, who's wearing the Jennifer Van Vrancken shirt. I mean, how good do you get? So, again, I'm so appreciative. So two of the official things we want to do tonight, and then we'll get back to partying. One is we know that this space has long needed an identity and some signage, because so many people don't even know it's here. So we're going to work on that, and the first little step is actually naming that roadway that comes over the levee and giving it a name that indicates what's over the levee. So we're going to unveil the street sign, and then we're going to officially cut the ribbon at the entrance to the boardwalk. And anyone who wants to be part of the picture and documenting the ribbon cutting, please join us. You can just walk right down the concrete to that entrance and be part of the photograph for this moment preserved in time. Thank you all so much for making this happen. Danielle and Francesca, who have helped move all of this together, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. So first order of business, this is the official street sign unveiling. Y'all want to come help? It is officially Bucktown Harbor, and that will be out at the roadway. In fact, there's one, I think, already in place, care of our streets crews, who are wonderful. So again, just starting to name the site, give it an energy, give it a personality, and we're going to do the same. We're going to cut the ribbon on the boardwalk, so please feel free to help us be part of that history. I hope this is the first night of many, many enjoyable nights here at Bucktown Harbor Park and Marina, and we appreciate your support and enthusiasm. Thank y'all so much.
At 3 is when you're gonna cut, okay? So every smile and look. So 1, 2, 3. Woo!